Mark had indicated there as well. Mark?
Just on Deputy Costello's question around the international links. What we've seen relatively recently, I mean, there's always been kind of links, I guess, both in the European and particularly in the English language based, you know, both US and in England particularly, and Britain more broadly. One of the leaders, I guess, one of the organisations that we consider far right, and I think it was useful of you to speak to that lens, which is more about kind of proto-fascism, or what the political democracies of Hungary would now describe them as, Orban would describe themselves as illiberal democracies. Moving from that space to the right of that, that's where a lot of the far right in Ireland occupy themselves. That's where they be politically positioned. So what you might hear a lot of conversations sometimes about, like, the far right is not really it's too nebulous or it's too vague. We tend to be quite specific about what we're talking about, which is institutions, organisations and individuals and networks that are very much geared towards proto-fascism, that have no interest in kind of generalised democracy themselves, and that will use wedge issues and the electoral process themselves in order to sustain and build political power. What that looks like, I guess, in terms of organisations in Ireland, we see the Irish Freedom Party, which speak quite openly through white supremacist tropes of, like, the Great Replacement. We see a small group, the National Party, who they're tweeting out and sharing quotes from Mein Kampf, which tells you exactly what they're about, and a range of not very numerous range of far-right influencers who have direct working relationships with neo-Nazi organisations in the UK, like Patriotic Alternative, and with US fascist publishing houses. So there is those kind of systemic links. Part of that is just the nature of, like, far-right activity generally, and given the interconnectedness, the sets of shared ideas, the sorts of commonality because they're small. That just gives that some context. Those links definitely do exist.
I know Niamh indicated, and then Fran, and then go ahead.
Yeah, I suppose, like,